Baby, yeah. My beautiful lover. Happy Tuesday. Welcome to Keto Cooking with Love Live.
Saludo, Tuesday, yeah. Saludo a todos que están entrando a nuestra cocina, la cocina de González, our kitchen, González Kitchen. Welcome, welcome.
Yeah, you're in Studio C.
Season 3, episode 2.
And we've got an amazing recipe. By the way, if you guys are just tuning in, if this is your first time watching us.
Well, actually, let's check. Mic check.
Yeah, let us know. Let us know in the comments if you can hear us, because last week, this is the beauty of being live. We always discover something new.
Yeah, we had a
so
major blooper.
Last week we were on for 3 whole minutes before we figured out that people could not hear us.
Yeah.
All right.
So if you're on,
let me actually double check here, because I can see it here. We just want to be sure. Mic check. Yes, you should be able to hear us. Amazing. So we have a mouthwatering recipe. For those of you that are tuning in, we are Jose and Jeanette Gonzalez, and we're the Keto Master Chef couple. We teach families, adults, how to live healthier, how to lose weight, how to combat diabetes, hypertension, arthritis, all the inflammatory diseases which are actually caused by our diet, unbeknownst to us. And we just try to take recipes that people actually love and enjoy. We recreate things that people actually want to eat into low carb, healthy options. So we are so excited.
So right now we're doing brunch time at dinner time, and I'm excited because I love. Are we using like maple syrup or anything like that on this one?
We have something like that.
We do? Okay.
We have something like that. You love your syrup.
Wait. I love my syrup.
She can get it by. She can drink it by the bottle. Syrup is the new wine. So with that being said, we are starting off with a signature mocktail. If you've seen previous seasons of our show, we always used to start off with a cocktail, but we don't drink the way we used to, and so we're making mocktails now. But if you do drink, all you have to do is anoint one of these mocktails with your favorite spirit and have a grand old time, right? If that's your idea of a good time. So my lovely wife doesn't even know what I'm making today.
No, I don't. I can't wait. I can't wait. Do I need to get the ice now?
It's right there.
Yes. Do I need to get the ice
so
we can get it ready?
Yeah, we can have it right here. So we are making a strawberry basil spritzer.
Oh, basil. Oh, basil. You love basil. You love basil.
When my wife and I met, I used to have a cooking show on my own.
Right.
That's actually sort of kind of how we met.
Right.
And
it's okay.
I used to talk all the time about how much I love basil, that if someone was to gift me a bouquet of basil, they would just have their way with me. And like on our second or third date, somebody showed up with a big bunch of basil, like the biggest bunch of basil that I've ever seen.
I went all out with basil.
And here I am, okay, weak at the knees. So I know already I'm going to enjoy this.
Awesome. Let's go. Let's do it. So anyway, for those joining us, thank you for coming in.
What up, Mike? He said he would be here. He's here.
Oh, yeah. Well, mi casa es su casa, so come on in. I'm going to put it in my mouth.
She was supposed to have a bite, but yeah. So we have here our some fresh strawberries. Aren't they sweet?
They are.
Yeah. So we got some.
You pick really good strawberries.
Well, thank you.
I, on the other hand, don't know how to pick fruit.
Well, maybe I just get lucky. So we have some fresh strawberries here, and I have a handheld blender. You can do this in your blender. You can do this in your Magic Bullet, right? We're just gonna puree this up. I have a couple of strawberries, which I have here for garnish. Okay. And so I've got my strawberries. I got some fresh.
Yeah, it's just, you can smell it. The aroma is all in the kitchen.
I love it. I love it. So I'm gonna get some leaves here, some fresh basil leaves.
Go ahead.
Yeah, can you grab that sneaky one? All right. So let's put that in there. Go ahead, my love. So I'm gonna do some fresh basil leaves, and this is such a wonderful, refreshing drink. Trust me when I tell you, everybody will love it. Kids, adults, seniors, like This is a crowd pleaser. So we've got the basil. We've got some strawberries. We also need lemon.
You got blueberries out here.
No, that's for our casserole.
Look at you.
Okay.
Okay, you're holding off on me.
Yeah,
I see.
yeah.
I see what you're
like
doing.
I said, I'm
over
in charge
here.
of production, so my queen doesn't always know what I'm making.
Doing. But anyway, for you guys that joined us, for you guys that joined us last Tuesday, and we did the crab stuffed salmon and the mocktail drink that we did. Let us know if you tried it during this week. I know there were some that came in and said, "Oh, I'm gonna try this recipe." So let us know if you did. Let us know how it came out. Engage with us. If you have questions, go right ahead and ask those questions.
Absolutely.
I love for you guys to engage. It makes it, fun too, And there might be questions that you have somebody else has,
That's usually the case.
Yeah.
That's usually the case. Trust me, if you're thinking it, someone else is thinking it.
Exactly.
So I'm going to put that there. And then we have keto-friendly simple syrup, which we talked about last week. To make any simple syrup, which is basically a sugar water, it's equal parts of your sweetener to water, right? So 1 cup of water, 1 cup of sweetener. We're using a keto-friendly sweetener, right? And it's just equal parts. You heat it up, it dissolves, and it's done. We happen to be using erythritol. I'm going to talk about the brands that we're using in a second. We're using erythritol. When I'm making my sweetener, I actually prefer allulose. It's harder to get it in the store. You may have to get it on Amazon or Thrive Market. I prefer allulose because it doesn't crystallize. The erythritol is going to crystallize, but that's okay. It's not the end of the world.
That's word that I just cannot.
Yeah, no, it's all right. Neither can I.
Anyway, I want to give a quick shout out to Michael that's joined us. Denise just came on. Cousin Denise. Hola, mi amor. Saludo. And Mr. Sammy Torres, thank you so much for joining us. I know you were here last week as well with us, so thank you. I hope that you enjoy this recipe as well. Again, this is season 3, episode 2, and we're all gonna do this for next few weeks.
So, if there's things that you would like for us to make, questions that you have that you would like for us to answer, do not be shy. By the way, speaking of Denise being here,
we're all family here. I'm Italian
literally.
Right.
I did a post on Facebook this week asking people what are some of the biggest challenges that they face when trying to lose stubborn fat. And a lot of people chimed in, which we appreciate. Thank you. So we're going to be diving deep into some of those questions. Denise was one of the people that responded to that. So thank you for that, cousin. And we're gonna get into that a little bit more. And thank you, my love.
Yeah.
And share with you exactly. You could do the ice, please.
Yeah.
And share with you exactly what we recommend. Just dive deep, because we appreciate that you all commented, but we're sure that other people have those same questions, and so we want to dive into a little bit more.
Is it enough ice or more ice?
A little bit more. Yep.
Okay.
On yours,
That's
and then we're good. All right. So we have here. Let me taste this. You want to taste it, right? So we have here fresh strawberries pureed. We have fresh basil. We have some lemon juice, and we have our keto-friendly sweetener. And again, strawberries come in different levels of sweetness and ripeness. So, I can see you. I can see you.
Yummy.
We can double dip because it's for us.
Yeah.
So that's our strawberry.
That's right. Only because it's us.
That's our strawberry puree. All right. You can see how quick and easy this is to make. And we have some.
What do you need?
We're using lemon seltzer today.
Okay. Why? Why the lemon?
There's lemon in the. There's lemon in the drink, and just to brighten it up. But you can use a plain seltzer. Whatever kind of seltzer you like. Yeah. One of my favorite seltzers is from Bubbly, the strawberry seltzer. That will work in here great as well.
My favorite is the coconut pineapple or pineapple coconut mix. I love it. Do you need a napkin, my love?
No, baby, not yet.
Anyway, we just want to say thank you for all of those that are chiming in. Again, if you have any questions, come on.
So I'm gonna grab. Hold on, baby.
Come on in.
I'm going to grab my swizzle stick here and just give this a swirl to make sure everything is nice and incorporated. And we're gonna garnish it. You know, it's like earrings, right? We're gonna garnish
We're gonna
it.
accessorize
Yes,
it.
with a little strawberry. So there you go, my love.
Thank you.
Doesn't that look beautiful?
Looks beautiful, yes.
All right.
Cheers.
Cheers, baby love. And if you have like one of those big beverage dispensers or punch bowl, you can make this in advance. And when your guests come, they can just.
I like it. I like it a lot.
Oh, yes. So you see, that's how simple it is. And again,
you're so creative.
Thank you, my love. We don't consume alcohol like we used to. If you want to have it as a cocktail, you can add your favorite spirit and have at it. Oh,
That's pretty good.
That is a good strawberry. So let's get into it. We're making French toast casserole. And a quick story about this. My sister, who's not on the live tonight because she actually has a Zoom meeting at this exact same time, I sent her the invite. Like I'm sure a lot of you got the invite. I hope you got the invite. And she was like, oh man, my first inspiration to make French toast casserole actually came from my sister. So my sister, you know, she can burn boiled water, right? She's not a cook, but she has like 5 or 6 recipes in her repertoire that nobody can mess with her. And for some reason, most of them are casseroles, like green bean casserole, French toast casserole, like anything that you just kind of assemble and bake.
They're just
she's
pretty,
with it.
They're
she's
just
with
pretty
it,
easy
right?
and quick. And
but whatever she can make always comes out really good. So
less mess too.
The first time I ever had a French toast casserole, the inspiration to have one, it was inspired by my sister. One of our clients, Katie, we catered her daughter's engagement party, shower, and I made French toast casserole, and people still talk about it
her
to this
fiance,
day.
Right?
Yeah. So Manu's fiance, Trevor, I went last week, and so he's a master electrician, and I was telling him, hey, listen, we got some work in the house that we need done. Can you come check it out? He goes, oh yeah, come check it out if you make that French toast casserole. So we're making it. I hope you guys are watching.
Manu,
all right.
If you're watching, there you go.
Yeah. So.
Shout out. Bueno, let's get it started, baby.
Now, we all know.
Aquí hay hambre.
We all know that you can't have a French toast without bread. And one of the biggest struggles for people that do keto or low carb or are thinking about it is the idea of giving up bread. I'll be the first to admit I miss traditional bread. Not that much. I prefer being healthy, but I used to love me some Cuban bread, some French bread, Italian bread, Puerto Rican bread, you know, with some butter. Delicious, right? In fact, when we did our Super Bowl episode a couple of years ago when the Bengals played, we did a Cuban sandwich, right, to represent Tampa in the Super Bowl. No, it was Tampa versus the Rams. That's what we did. Tampa versus the Rams. We did birria tacos, and we did Cuban sandwiches to represent Tampa, which has a big Cuban heritage. So this recipe that we're doing today is a little bit different than the one we did last time, but it's still super delicious. We actually tasted it earlier, and it was pretty tasty, and it's so easy and quick to put together.
Let's go! I can't wait.
I'm gonna be like,
like those kids with the forks and the utensils.
The full recipe will be up tomorrow morning. This is a live, and so YouTube separates your videos by videos that you posted in lives, right? So this is live that we're doing tonight, August 8th, 7 p.m. Eastern, right? However, tomorrow morning, Wednesday, August 9th, the full recipe will be up. We'll repost the video as a video, slightly different thumbnail. You'll still see us in the thumbnail and the recipe. And the full recipe will be there. Okay, so, and we have Mayla. All right, Mayla messaged me last week. She was like, I want to know what you're making because I'm going to cook along. So sorry, I sent one person the recipe in advance. She might be cooking along with us today. We'll see.
Okay. Well,
but so we have here some almond flour.
Just in case she doesn't.
Just in case she doesn't.
Do it with us now.
Absolutely. So we have some almond flour. We've got some coconut flour. All right. We have some psyllium husk. Okay.
Okay.
And here we got some baking powder and a little bit of salt. Again, full recipe will be available tomorrow. Okay. You can put those to the side.
You guys, if I'm not looking directly into the camera and you see me looking over here, it's just to see who's on and who's commenting if anyone has questions. Okay.
Yes. Thank you, honey. So. Now, These are our dry ingredients. So you just want to mix your dry ingredients together. Okay, you're gonna be blown away by how easy this recipe is to put together. You want me to mix this up? Baby? It's good like that, my love. Thank you. Now, next for our wet ingredients, I've got some eggs over here. I'm gonna put into my bowl. Come on, Mimo. That's good, baby. Okay. I've got my eggs over here. They're gonna go into my bowl. And then I have a few liquids that are going to go in here. First, I'm using almond milk. And I'm going to talk about almond milk in depth a little bit more later on in the show. There's some things that you need to know. We've talked about before how not all, food companies are very tricky in how they market food. Last week, we did our coconut mojito, non-alcoholic. And so we talked about how sometimes you see a cheap, a less expensive coconut milk, and it's because it's not really coconut milk, right? When you read the ingredients, anything that's in a bag, a box, or a can, I'm gonna say that again. Anything that's in a box, a bag, or a can, you have to read the ingredients. Just to give you a quick example, I was at Grocery Outlet, and I'm on the checkout counter, and my wife loves Fig Newtons, right? She's everywhere we go. Can I get a Fig Newton? No, my love, no, you can't. So there was like this Fig Newton-ish kind of bar.
Because he knows how much I love him.
So there was this kind of like Fig Newton bar, and on the front, in big bold letters, it said keto friendly. When I turn it around, I read the ingredients. There's nothing absolutely keto about it at all. Okay, but most people we don't read the ingredients, right? It's kind of like you get a cell phone and you don't read the manual that tells you how to use it. Instead, you stumble around with your phone and like, oh, I didn't even know my phone could do that, right? So I need some. Where are you? Cups. All right, beautiful. Cups.
Do you need my glasses, my love?
No, honey. All right.
Do you want me to find it for you?
I got it, baby love. I don't know why this is active. Oh, there it is, quarter cup. All right, so.
And there's also variations of these almond milks. Some sweetened, vanilla.
You want to use unsweetened. We're using unsweetened, organic. So a little bit of milk in there. Also, this is going to get some apple cider vinegar.
And what's the apple cider vinegar for?
It's just to, enhance the flavor of the bread. So a little apple cider vinegar in there. And we're going to use as well a little melted butter, okay? You can also use coconut oil in here if you prefer, right? This recipe can actually be made... even though I'm going to be using some dairy, thank you, baby. Even though I'm going to be using some dairy in this recipe, it can be made dairy-free, all right? So if you don't want to use butter, you can use coconut oil. You can use avocado oil. You can use any keto-friendly fat that you prefer. Now, this is going to come together super quick. So I'm going to make a well in the middle. I'm going to pour my egg mixture in there. All right, I'm going to keep this to the side because I need this for later.
Okay.
And watch how this is going to come together, all right? So you're just going to mix this, make sure everything is combined thoroughly, that you don't have any more flour and, any of the dry mix that's not mixed in, okay? And the beginning is going to look like it's too much liquid. It's not. Coconut flour is extremely absorbent. So if you ever make a recipe that has coconut flour and you're doing it and it looks like it might need more flour, wait. Just give it a minute because coconut flour is very, very absorbent.
So will it get like hardened?
Well, it'll just dry out, right? Which we don't want. So we have a sheet pan here with a piece of parchment paper. I prefer parchment paper for this. You could use foil if you want. If I did foil, I would grease it up. With parchment paper, you don't have to. Thank you, honey.
Yeah.
So now I'm going to take all this dough, and I'm going to start to form this.
You need all of this?
In a second.
Okay.
I'm going to start to form this into a log like a baguette, okay? And you can actually form it in the pan. You want it to be about, thank you, my love.
Yeah. You need this anymore?
No, thank you, honey. All right, and you can just form this right free form, about 10, 12 inches long. Okay.
Are you guys paying attention? You guys looking? Huh?
All right. So I've got a wet nap here.
Yes. Oh, pueden ver. Yeah, pueden ver. There you go.
All
That's
right.
what it looks like.
All right. Now, and just like that, this is going to go into the oven at 350 degrees.
It's like a loaf
for
of
about,
bread.
yeah, literally for about 30 minutes. Go ahead, my love. Do your culinary magic.
Magic. Abracadabra. Abracadabra. Toma, mi amor.
All right. And by the magic of internet TV, it's already done, right?
It.
So fast forward 30 minutes, okay, on this video. And this is what it's going to look like, okay? It actually tastes really good.
It does.
It tastes really good.
That's
and again,
a sous chef always has to be like
so
tasting.
as you can see here, it almost looks like a whole wheat or whole grain baguette, but it's not grainy. It's
You're gonna. Well, I want to wait till I want to wait out.
Super delicious. Now
For the end result, you know, well, I could say magnifique, like that emoji.
Now we've got our baguette. Okay. Now I'm going to show you how we make the casserole, right? So you have to make your baguette first. You're going to cook it for about 30 minutes at 350 degrees. Every oven sometimes is different, right? And then we're going to get into making the baguette.
I wish it was like a live smell-o-vision kind of thing, so you guys can smell the deliciousness that's happening right now.
So we've got our bacon dish here. All right. And we're going to use, we have avocado oil spray. All right. So we're going to lube that up. Easy.
Easy peasy, huh?
Like Gabriel says, easy peasy lemon
Easy
squeezy.
peasy.
And in general, if you don't know, this is the best knife to use when you're cutting bread, limes, and tomatoes, or any citrus. Lemon.
What kind of knife is it?
Serrated.
Okay.
So if you're cutting bread, they call this a bread knife, but it's also good for citrus. Lemons, oranges, grapefruit is also good for tomatoes, right? Because those ridges let you get a grip and not slip. Oh, look at that. I'm a poet. Didn't even know it.
I love it.
All right. So I'm just cutting this into about 3 slices and then cutting those slices in half. And I'm just dicing this up into big cubes. Now, you could just make this as regular French toast in a pan, as you would, where you soak the bread and then you kind of saute it.
So slicing it like a piece of bread and then just dipping it.
You could just do that, but we're doing
a casserole.
We're gonna have some fun with it.
Yeah.
All right. Thank you, my love. We're gonna have some fun with it. All right. So just like that. Baya. All right. Now, so we've got our bread. Now we need to make our custard. Okay. So let's put this off to the side. Let's bring this bowl back for our custard. I've got some eggs again. Right.
Oh, well.
The recipe will be up.
Yeah.
Yes. Okay. So we got some eggs. Now for our liquids, I'm going to use half.
Are you looking for the cup again?
Basically. This is a cool cup that my love got for me. It has like ounces, cups, pints, everything.
Got everything you
need. But it
somehow
also,
you can't find the cup.
Literally. All right. So here it is. No, it's not. There it is. No, it's not. All right. There it is. Oh, I see. Okay. I figured it out. So I'm going to use half almond milk. Whoops. And the rest, you can put this away, my love. Just put it to the side because I'm going to talk about that later. And the rest I'm going to use is heavy cream. Okay. So we're going to add that in there. And then we're going to add our spices. Okay. So for our spices, we've got some cinnamon.
Cinnamon.
All right.
I love cinnamon.
What's not to love?
Yeah, I love cinnamon.
We have some nutmeg. Usually I use fresh grated nutmeg. But if you don't have fresh grated nutmeg, just powdered ground nutmeg is fine. We got some vanilla. because you know vanilla makes everything better. All right. We're gonna use our keto-friendly sweetener, some powdered erythritol, and I've got two brands here. You know, I'm a little bit brand agnostic, but I just recommend that you kind of give them a try and figure out what you like. I usually use Swerve. They were one of the first brands to come out in the market, at least that you can get in your supermarket. They do have a few things that I'm not crazy about. Like, for example, in addition to having erythritol, ingredients.
Will be at the bottom.
Yes, it has
Do you want me to
prebiotic,
mix this up while you read that?
polysaccharides, and natural flavors.
Want me to mix this up?
Yes, honey. Then this other brand here just has erythritol and natural flavors, right? So you kind of have to like read the ingredients. And let me say this while we're talking about, excuse me, baby.
Yeah.
And one of my secrets when making French toast is orange zest. It gives it a rounded, citrus, pronounced flavor. People are gonna be like, what is that? They won't even know, okay? It'll be on the tip of their tongue, no pun intended, but they won't even know.
Yeah, I didn't even know until you mentioned it.
So, well, you knew because you had to go to the store and give me the oranges.
Yeah,
because I forgot to put it on my list.
Chef that I am.
Yeah. If you don't know what a sous chef is, it's the person that does everything. And the chef is the person that gets the credit, okay? Now, so we have a little bit of orange zest into our custard.
I see Darlene just came on.
Hey, Darlene.
Hello, Darlene.
We're going to be doing, I'm going to be featuring some of my food very soon. Michelle messaged me, but I haven't had a chance to respond. She got something coming up soon, so you're going to get to sample our food live in person. So make sure you're there, young lady. All right?
Okay,
thank you, my love.
Pretty.
Perfect. Now, we've got our custard. We've got our diced up keto bread. Now, some people, like my sister, right? Chef Pat, some people like to soak this overnight, all right? And you just want to press it in to make sure that all of the bread gets, all right? Now, I didn't soak mine overnight. You don't technically have to. I did soak it for about an hour or two, all right? So you can throw it in the fridge and soak it for an hour or two, or overnight is completely fine. So this is a great dish when entertaining, because you can prep all of this in advance. You can throw it in your fridge overnight, and the next morning you just throw it in the oven.
Yeah.
Okay. And if you're having people over, you know, if you have a late party last night, you have some family sleeping over, you could just have this prepped in the morning.
If you like mimosas, you can have mimosas with it too.
Absolutely. Or you can have our strawberry basil mocktail spritzer. Cheers, my love. So good. And the reason I mentioned it, because if you're having the whole brunch bread, eggs and bacon and things like that, you can put this in the oven while you make your eggs, while you make your bacon. You can cook the bacon in the oven at the same time as well.
That's right.
You know, some people don't consume pork. For me, it's my favorite vegetable. So
we're doing the magic of live TV here.
Yeah, the magic of live TV. So you're going to throw it in your oven at 350 degrees for about 30 to 35 minutes. Again, full recipe will be up on YouTube tomorrow morning.
Mira para allá que rápido se hizo eso.
You're really good. You're really good. Okay. And this is what it'll look like. All right. You want to cook it until it's cooked all the way through. The top is going to look a little bit brown. And the custard, the base is set and it's not wiggly and it's cooked all the way through. Now, we have a few toppings for this. Yeah. This is where it's going to get fun.
Yeah, yummy.
Want to get my kit, my love? No. Oh, you put it here?
Mm-hmm.
All right, go ahead.
Yeah.
So, we're going to make some whipped cream. Ten cuidado con el cordón, mami. We're going to make some whipped cream. But like a real keto master chef, I'm going to make whipped cream by hand. A lot of people don't even know that you can do that. When I went to culinary school, we had to do everything by hand. Okay, like literally everything by hand.
I'm gonna put this.
And so when I went into the real world of professional cooking, I remember one time I was working with this caterer, and I had to make like this huge, like 20 gallons of dressing. So I said to the chef, I said, all right, cool, but I don't have a mixing bowl that's big enough. And he looked at me like I was crazy, and he was like, "What do you mean mixing bowl?" I'm like, "A mixing bowl so I can make the dressing." And he was like, get the stick blender. So I have a stick blender here, but in the world of professional catering, you have stick blenders that are like 3-4 feet long, and that's what you would use. Silly me.
So you're gonna use this instead of a stick blender. Okay.
Now, when you're making whipped cream, whether you're doing it by hand like I'm doing today, all right, or if you're doing it with an electric mixer, right, the electric handheld mixer, or if you're doing it in a stand mixer like a KitchenAid or one of those stand mixers, tip, you need to get your bowl cold, you need to get your whisk cold, and you want to get your cream cold. This is going to reduce the time that it takes, and it's going to make a stiffer, better whipped cream. Now, especially if you're doing it by hand, you want to make sure everything is cold, all right? Otherwise, it's going to take literally twice as long.
And it'll be liquidy, right? So you want to make sure.
Well, no, you'll be able to get it. It's going to take twice as long.
Got it.
Okay, so I'm just making a little bit for us.
Just
so,
for us,
yeah.
just for the
now, while we do this, okay.
You can already see the difference.
While we do this, last week, like I said, we had some people who commented on our post. We were asking people what are some of their biggest challenges in losing stubborn fat. So we want to dive in a little bit into that, baby. So what were some of the comments that we got, my love?
So we had one by
Abden. What up, bro?
Abden. He said, eating when I think I'm hungry, not being hungry. So that's one of them.
You got me excited. So, Abden, thank you for your comment. Thank you for everyone that commented. So this is a family-friendly show. Like, our recipes are family-friendly, but we're definitely
PG-13 kind of thing.
It's not PG. It's PG-13. This is an adult show with recipes that are good for the whole family. Okay, so just let me say that there. But so Abden made a comment. He said that one of his challenges was eating when he's hungry or not hungry.
When he thinks he's hungry.
When he thinks he's hungry or not hungry.
And there's many people out there that probably have the same feeling, like, why am I eating if I'm really not hungry? I think I'm hungry, but I'm not. So,
absolutely. So look, we're almost there.
Yeah.
As you can see, is the cream is getting stiff.
Nice.
Okay, that's what's called soft peaks. Yep.
Una vueltita más, we got it. So you want me to continue?
No. I'm going to talk about that real quick. So if you struggle with that, I got it, baby. I got it. Okay. If you struggle with that, with eating when you think you're hungry or not hungry, there's a few things that contribute to that. Number one, you might be emotional eating, right? It doesn't have to be bad emotions. Like, of course, like if I'm upset or stressed, like I want a milkshake, I want like all the most unhealthiest, delicious things out there, right? But sometimes we're happy, right? You might get a promotion, you might get a raise or whatever, right? So sometimes our emotions play a big part in our appetite or our perceived appetite. Another thing that gets people to eat might be what's in your current diet.
Look at that. How pretty that looks. Wait, it's so thick that I can't even.
Yep. So we're pretty much there. Okay.
Love it. Huh?
If you try this at home and it takes you longer, I'm sorry if I made it look easy. Okay. I'm a master chef for a reason, but it just really takes.
So what was in there again?
So far, it's just cream.
Okay.
But as you can see, it's nice and stiff already, right? So we're going to add our keto-friendly sweetener. We're going to add some vanilla, and we pretty much got whipped cream.
So we don't have to add that before we add
No, in fact, you don't want to add anything until you get it to where you want it, because it's just going to make it more challenging.
Check.
Okay? So back to Abden. So sometimes our emotions will cause us to like feel hungry or like mess with our eating cycle. Sometimes the things that we actually eat. So if you're someone that has a carb heavy diet, where you're eating, especially for breakfast, if you're having carbs,
potatoes,
donuts, sweetened coffee drinks, potatoes, biscuits, pancakes,
anything
traditional
that's
carbs,
potatoes, hash browns.
Yeah, those things are gonna make you hungrier.
What's the other one they give on the side with eggs? It's the other one, hash browns.
Tater tots.
There's another one that they shred the potato. What is that? And anyway,
So
nothing potato.
So another thing that contributes to people either Eating could be your environment. Like you might see a commercial. Like you might not even be hungry. You see a commercial. Food companies hire scientists to engineer their food and work with marketers to make commercials. And sometimes you might see a commercial, you wasn't even hungry or thinking about food, all of a sudden you think that you're hungry.
Right.
Or it could be your environment, right? Like you're not even hungry, somebody walks in with pizza. Or, you know, like they do this in the movie theater. Like you go to the movie theater, you're like, I'm not gonna have popcorn. Well, not you, but most people are like, I'm gonna go to the movie theater, I'm not gonna have popcorn. And then you walk in and all you smell is butter. And now you're like, I have to have popcorn. So a lot of times our environment,
it's true. It will happen.
Being dehydrated can also play a factor in you thinking or feeling that you're hungry when you're not really hungry. Okay, so thank you for your question.
Yeah.
And I hope that that was helpful
but keep them
to
coming,
other
keep
people.
them coming, because we're going to address those questions. So we have the next was Bridget and Shailene.
We hope we're saying your name properly. It's spelled Shailene. I hope we're saying your name properly. Yes, but what did they comment on, baby?
Yeah, this is a big one. This, I know the majority of people, whether you want to admit it or not, it's the consistency, and also, you know, the quick meals. You know, something that's gonna be just easy, pop it in the oven, on the microwave, or whatever. Which the microwave is very unhealthy for you too.
But that, yeah, we'll fight that horse on a different day.
Yeah.
So consistency is a huge part. So a lot of our clients, before they start working with us, they all struggle with being consistent. Okay, and they all struggle. I know that Bridget had talked about being able to cook meals quickly. This is one of the biggest problems that we solve for our clients. Okay, and keto in general, we guide them specifically because we customize our plans for each of our clients based on their specific needs, their lifestyle, you know, their work schedule, how many kids, all of that stuff. However, in general, keto it makes it really easy to cook your meals because first of all, except for the time that this stuff gets baked in the oven, we just made this video, this recipe from beginning to end very quickly. If you saw last week's episode, it was the same. But one tip, and hopefully this will be helpful to some people. One of our clients right now who's in our program, when her first week, I said to her, so, you know, how was the meal plan? How'd the cooking go? She says to me, oh my goodness, you don't know, it was so quick. Thank you. I don't have time to be in the kitchen slaving all day.
Not only that, people, you know, oh, and now I got to go grocery shopping. I need all of these products. And no, once you take care of that shopping list, right, and you have those items at home, it's doable. It's doable.
One of my favorite dishes to give people when they want a quick meal, let's say that you're having broccoli. Some people don't eat broccoli. That's a conversation for a different day. But let's say that you eat broccoli because most people eat broccoli. One of the quickest ways for you to make a meal, even for 4, 5, 6 adults in like 20 minutes or less, beginning to end, is if you eat broccoli and let's say fish, you can literally get all your broccoli florets in a roasting pan, oil them up with your avocado oil, season them with whatever you like, salt, pepper, garlic powder, cayenne, like chili spice, you know, whatever you like, and then put it to roast 18 minutes, right? 375, about 18 minutes. In those 18 minutes, if you're making fish, cook your fish.
That's right.
Pan sear your salmon. Okay, just put some really quick. Put some lemon on it. Sometimes we'll cook a steak. Right, we'll cook a piece of steak, and while the steak is out of the oven and resting, we'll add some spinach in the pan, some baked pencil asparagus. Yeah. And in the few minutes that it takes for that spinach to wilt or the asparagus to cook, our steak is rested. And we have an entire dinner.
It really isn't that complicated.
In 20 minutes.
We just complicate our lives.
Well, a lot of times people just don't, you know, they just don't know. They just don't know. So that's why we're here.
Yeah.
Now, thank you, honey.
So we can help you.
What's the next question while I serve this up?
Yeah. So Melissa, getting started.
Ooh.
Getting started. That's another good one.
I got a lot to say on this one.
Getting started.
So let me tackle this one before we taste this casserole, because I know my wife is hungry. But let me tackle this because there's a lot that I have to say on this.
I'm like, get
now,
in my belly.
For everyone that doesn't know my story, you know, I've been a professional chef for over 25 years. You know, I struggle with health and weight for over 20 years.
I'm ready to scoop that myself.
Okay.
Feed me, Seymour.
So, déjame hablar. I struggle with health and weight for over 20 years. And I mentioned that because a lot of people have been trying to get healthy for a long time. Now, that can mean losing weight or you have specific health complications. So just to be vulnerable and clear, I was diabetic. I had plantar fasciitis. Okay, if you don't know what that is, it's like inflammation under your Achilles heel. And I mean, like, I used to play tennis, and it was like to get the ball because, like, by 2 minutes into the game, I was limping. Like anything that I did that was athletic, like within 2 minutes of me starting the activity, I was limping severely. Okay, extremely painful. Now I have a high tolerance for pain, so I would still play, but it was extremely painful. I had erectile dysfunction. Did I fix that?
It's fixed. Yes, it's fixed.
Okay, you heard what the lady said. It's fixed.
It's fixed.
But this is something really, really big that afflicts a lot of men. Okay, a lot of men are having a little blue pill.
But that was when you were going through the temporary.
Correct. But my point is that this is something that usually afflicts men in their 40s and beyond, but it actually starts in their 30s with early ejaculation. Okay, so if you're having those issues, if you're a man in your late 20s, mid or early 30s, and you're dealing with that, that's the onset of erectile dysfunction. And once you get to your late 30s, 40s, and 50s and beyond, you start thinking that you need a little blue pill or something like that, and you don't. You don't. It's your diet. Okay, so these are some of the things that I was challenged with, right? And to Melissa's point about getting started, the reason that I mentioned this is because once I got on keto, I lost 100 pounds in 5 months, and I reversed my diabetes, fixed my erectile dysfunction, got rid of my plantar fasciitis permanently, okay? But what had me messed up for all those years was getting started.
Right.
So there's a famous quote, and I'm going to reframe that quote in regards to health. You don't have to be healthy to get started, but you have to get started to be healthy.
That's right.
All right. So
That's
I hope
right.
that me being, vulnerable and talking about my business is helpful to somebody. So what's the next one while I serve this up? Because I know you're hungry.
Yikes. Alcohol.
Oh my goodness.
That is from Janice and Donna. Alcohol.
Yes. So the struggle is real, y'all. The struggle is real. So, we used to consume alcohol almost religiously. All right. We don't drink like that anymore. And that's a personal choice. Okay.
Yeah.
So, no shame, no shade to anyone who consumes alcohol. Right. We have our reasons why we don't. And we had our reasons why we did. Okay. This is a very sensitive topic because, people drink alcohol. Like, when you like people have struggles with eating food, right? But you have to eat food, right? You can't be like, I'm not going to eat. You have to eat, right? And so when people have struggles with giving up alcohol, it's like, alcohol is not something that you have to consume. And so the reasons that we consume it are never about nutrition, okay? There's something else there. Some other reason, I don't even want to say issue, but there's some other reason, some other trigger that creates that impulse, right? Why we drink. It could be social, it could be, stress. It could be a lot of things.
Yeah.
So that's a personal thing that people kind of have to tackle.
Address themselves.
Well, one thing that we do with our clients, right? Because the question that we posed was, how do you get rid of, what's challenging you from getting rid of stubborn fat? So one of the things that we do with our clients is we say, okay, listen, you don't want to give up drinking? Fine. However, for the next 21 days, right? Or for the next 14 days, or for the next 6 days, because some people may have a glass of wine a day, or some people. So we put them based on their lifestyle and how much they drink. We'll put them on a plan that's customized for them that allows them to still enjoy a cocktail, often enough that they are happy, with that, but also helps them fine tune those things, right? So you can feel really sexy in your bikini if that's your goal, or whatever it is, right? So I hope that helps. It's not an easy thing to tackle.
No, it's a process.
It's a process, but it can be done.
It can be done like cold. How they say, like
it can't be done cold turkey.
Cold turkey, but you put your effort in.
I mean, it can be, but that's also a very sensitive topic as well.
Yeah,
so
absolutely.
we have our casserole here.
Yeah.
I'm going to garnish this with some blueberries. Okay. We're using Lecanto monk fruit sweetener. This is a maple syrup from Lecanto. And so this is keto friendly. And while we endorse this and we use this, I just want to say as a disclaimer in general, this is what I teach my students. If you really want to do keto, you avoid things that come in a bottle, a bag, or a box, right? Which means if you find a product that's in a bottle, a can, a box, a bag, and it's keto friendly, sure, you can use it, but I recommend using it few and far between. If you're buying things that have a bunch of ingredients, as does this, and consuming them every day,
right,
that's not really keto. Having these things as a one-off, once a week, once a month, that type of thing, that's okay. But to really do keto, you're gonna be consuming mostly real fruit, real food, one ingredient items, broccoli, steak, pork chops, chicken, oysters, lobster, crab, right? Lamb, duck, real food of spinach, asparagus, broccoli, and we'll teach you how to make it where you love it, okay? But I don't want you to buy something that says it's keto friendly and eat it every day and think that you're doing keto,
right?
Because you're gonna be like, why am I not losing weight? Why am I not getting healthy?
Yep.
All right. Food companies are very tricky. Yep. So we have some blueberries. We have our Lecanto maple.
You know what would go nice with this? And just thought about it because like spice, some jalapenos. Like
the candy one, the ones that we do that are
with the syrup, you just heat it up and let the.
We did a jalapeno syrup when we did the chicken and waffles.
We did. That would.
So yeah, you can infuse this with jalapenos. Baby, really you think good. Of everything.
I know.
Okay, and now we have that fresh whipped cream that we made here live.
Look at
right
that
in front
beauty.
of you guys. All right. And the beautiful thing about whipped cream, all the things that you can imagine that you can do with watch your sleeve.
Can we use this?
Sure. All the things that you can imagine that you can do with whipped cream, you can also do with keto whipped cream. That's all I'm going to say about that. Now.
PG-13, remember?
Now, ooh, that's good. Ooh, that's good. Let me see if I can get this in camera, baby. Let me know when I'm in camera so that they can see it.
Yeah.
I want them to be able to see it. Let me know. Up, down,
up. Now, there you go.
You guys see that?
Sigue para arriba. Sigue para arriba, ahí mismo. There you go.
You guys see that? It's going down.
Take a bite.
It's going down. All right? So,
mira para allá, lo que yo aprendí.
Look at that. Look at that.
Mira
Strawberry fan. Strawberry fan. So.
Yo aprendo con mucha ligerez.
Ven, mi amor.
Oh, my goodness. Oh, good. It tastes like having pancakes.
All right.
Having French toast, literally. It is like having a French toast without the guilt. Without the guilt.
That was good.
I hope you guys try this at home.
If you try it,
let us know how it turns out.
Comment. Make sure you share pictures.
Is so good. So
tag us.
Sorry if I'm eating.
Now, before we get out of here, we want to check the chat. If you guys have any questions.
We have one more question though. From
if you guys have questions, we're gonna get to that right now. And there's something else that I want to mention about this.
Diabetes.
But if you guys have any questions, put them in the chat.
Yeah.
About this recipe, about other recipes, about things that you like to eat and you're curious, right? We've done a lot of recipes on our channel. Yes. So let us know because we're here. We're here. We want to answer all your questions.
Really, really good. Oh, Pammy is on. Hey, Mama. Hi, Lovey. Mwah. Besito.
Yeah, man.
It looks.
Booyaka, booyaka.
See, you gotta make this at home, okay? We're gonna the recipe gonna be
It'll be up tomorrow morning.
Brittany,
Unless you're watching this tomorrow morning.
Miss Brittany, how are you? How are you, Brittany love?
Who's Brittany Young?
Yes.
We'll see you Monday.
Our girl.
This won't be on the menu, but we got something for you.
Okay. No. I'm smaller bite, my love. You eat like.
I like big things.
Now,
if you have questions, put them in the chat.
This is really good.
And we're gonna answer your questions before we go. Now, one other thing that was brought up on the post that I put up, Denise, my beautiful cousin Denise.
I don't even feel guilty eating this at this time of night.
You shouldn't.
It's so good.
She talked about one of her biggest challenges is keeping the weight down. That's probably might be.
Oh yeah. Well, that was what the question that I had here.
So she talked about keeping the weight down. This is a struggle for a lot of people. Now,
trust me,
I'm gonna give for anyone that's listening, one of the easiest hacks to keeping your weight down is intermittent fasting. What is intermittent fasting? Intermittent fasting.
Don't mind me when I do this happy dance.
Is when you condense your eating window to a certain amount of hours, right? So there's sometimes when we do OMAD, 1 meal a day. There's sometimes when we usually don't eat more than twice a day. And for our clients who are doing keto, it's very easy for them to intermittent fast because they're not hungry all the time. Okay. And on our program, as they move along in the weeks, we have them restrict their window eating more and more. We don't start them off like that, right? You got to crawl before you walk. You got to walk before you run. You got to run before you come to Philadelphia and meet the love of your life. But, you know, we progress you along slowly. And this way you're able to intermittent fast. And so people, you know, I want to say this like not in a long way. So weight loss is not about calories. Anyone who says that, I don't care if they're a fitness professional, I don't care if they're a doctor, anyone that says that does not know what they're talking about. Okay, weight loss is not about calories in, calories out. We've been taught that, but that's actually been debunked in numerous studies. Weight loss and health is about hormone optimization. And so there's two hormones that wreak havoc on your health. The first is insulin. Insulin is spiked when we consume carbs or sugar. So this is one reason that keto is a great way for you to lose weight, get healthy, and like I did, reverse diabetes, like I had, reverse plantar fasciitis, reverse erectile dysfunction, reverse things like arthritis, high blood pressure, you know, chronic kidney disease, on and on and on, because it reduces the production of insulin. But the other thing, the other hormone that wreaks havoc, and I'm pretty sure that for most people, especially women that are having issues keeping their weight down, in my experience, having worked with hundreds of adults, dozens of women, the number one thing that keeps women from keeping their weight down is cortisol. What's cortisol? It's the stress hormone. Okay? It's the stress hormone. So, if you're eating healthy and you're stressed, you're going to struggle to keep your weight down. Now, all of our students work out in some capacity. Depending on their personal status, it could look different. For some of our students, they just walk. We just have them walk a certain amount of steps per day. Some of them, we have an online workout that we do weekly. They're part of that community. Some of them, you know, do other things. They go swimming, whatever it is, right? We try to customize so it's something that it's actually something that you can do. That being said,
it works for them.
The workout, people think like, oh, I need to work out because I need to get fit. That's a part of it. But the biggest benefit of working out, even if you're just walking, the biggest benefit of working out is that it reduces cortisol. Okay? It reduces cortisol. Working out is a healthy stress. And what it does is that it helps us manage unhealthy stress. Okay? So, one thing that you can incorporate, and a lot of people say I don't have time to work out. So
Excuse me.
working out is not about having the time. It's about making it a priority.
Mm-hmm.
Okay? Because I used to say that, right? I used to be a silly pants. And I used to say, I don't got time for this. I don't got time for that. I don't got time for that. If you think you don't have time for something, I challenge you to spend one day tracking everything that you do. Track what you do from 7 a.m. to 8 a.m., 8 a.m. to 9, 9 to 10, on and on and on and on. You don't have to wake up at 5 in the morning. You don't have to go to sleep at 8 o'clock at night. Just track and see exactly what you do. In fact, you can look at your phone, and your phone will tell you where you have time.
Yeah.
Your screen time will tell you when you have time. Okay?
Sure will.
And our online classes are like 20 minutes. All right? And we're helping people get major transformation. So
you want to hear a couple of things
that
we engage with us about? Okay, so Miss Brittany says, so what's your favorite dish to cook together? Oh my God, it's so hard to like really pick one. It's really hard to pick one. What would you say would be? I know I enjoy when you do the jerk. Not the jerk, the curry, that one with the broccoli. But which one is it that we enjoy cooking together?
So when we cook together, it's not like cooking together more as it is like working together.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. Playing around in the kitchen together.
So it might be like I'm cooking, my master sous chef is keeping things clean,
That's so true.
And when she cooks, I just sit and wait. So, but I mean, we enjoy almost everything. Last week we made the crab stuffed salmon, which like when I make that, she pretty much eats it all week. She doesn't want anything else.
That's true. I'm happy with that. It's healthy and I enjoy it, and I love crab meat. So it works for me.
I don't know if we have a favorite, and also we're also really simple. Like a lot of our meals is like eggs.
Yeah.
With avocado.
Yeah.
Sometimes when we're in a rush, she'll make tuna. That's one thing we make together. She makes tuna fish. I hard boil the eggs. Okay. And we have tuna and hard boiled egg. That's like one thing that we actually make together. So thank you for your question,
yes, Brittany. So there you go. Michael already is hungry. He's ready to eat.
Drop the Addy. He said drop the Addy.
Yeah, he says, I have a question. Cooking Spanish rice, chicken in a keto way. Oh, man.
So
the rice, but...
So rice is one of the hardest things to substitute in keto. We have done a paella with cauliflower rice. We've done fried rice. We haven't done like an arroz con gandules or rice with beans because beans and peas are grains, which are carbs.
But we've done it with the cauliflower rice.
Yes, and
so cauliflower is our...
We've also done a coconut cauliflower rice, which is amazing.
Yeah.
Just to be honest, it's almost impossible to replicate the taste and mouthfeel of Spanish rice and keto. And when I lost 100 pounds in 5 months, the way that I did it, because it's like I need things to be simple for me. Now, this is not the way I eat all the time. It's not the way I eat now, but this is just how I lost 100 pounds in 5 months. Because a lot of people will ask me, how'd you do it? How'd you do it? I kept it simple, okay? I was eating whatever meat I wanted. Fried chicken, pernil, like whatever, roast pork. Roast pork, like whatever meat I wanted. And I would just have an avocado salad. And when I go to like the Dominican restaurants or the Puerto Rican cuchifritos, and I get salad, I tell them, don't put dressing on my salad. I want gravy from whatever meat you have, right? We after church on Sunday, we went to El Príncipe, right there on Lehigh, and we got chicharrón, we got pernil,
which is like fried pork.
Yeah, and she doesn't like cabbage. They only had cabbage salad, so I had salad, and we just had it with the gravy from another like carne guisada, and we just had it with the gravy. On my salad, I put gravy from another meat. So, bad news, there's no way to replicate real Spanish rice on a keto diet. That being said, there's a lot of delicious things that you can eat that you'll love. And I'm not going to say that you're not going to miss it, but like I said, it's kind of like you have to pick your poison. Do you want to have optimal health, run around with your kids, have fun with your wife, or eat rice and beans? Right? So,
and I mean, you probably can just, have that once in a blue moon, because
absolutely.
I just, so before we go, baby,
let me say that one last thing.
Yeah,
What you just said.
Yeah.
There are times that we have rice and beans. Okay. It's not that we never have it. I'm just saying that you can't make a keto version of rice and beans. But there's times when we're like, you know what? I want rice and beans. And so we just have it. But, we treat it like it's a treat, right? Like it's birthday cake, right? Like if you have one meal of rice per week and it was just one meal.
Or month.
Or every 2 weeks, honestly, right? Especially because we're men and our hormones are different than women. You're probably going to be okay. It's not about what you do once or twice. It's about what you do consistently.
Yeah.
Right? So if you're consistently eating clean and then once here or once there you have rice and beans, you're going to be fine.
Once you create that healthy balance and that healthy lifestyle, you're not going to really miss it. I'm not a rice and bean person, so it's okay for me. Before we go, baby, because we're there. We're there. It's an hour.
I want to address this and what else
we're going to address this real quick. But Brittany has another question. She says, what are good substitutes for carb cravings?
Fats. So carbs do 3 things. Number 1, they make you hungry all the time. Number 2, there's a hormone in your brain called leptin, which lets you know that you're full. When you eat carbs, it reduces leptin in the brain. This is why sometimes we can eat rice and beans, we can eat pasta, we can eat Chinese food, we can, and then we're like, oh, how did I eat so much? Because you were getting full, but the leptin was suppressed and you didn't even realize that you were already full. The third thing that they do that we just talked about, that it raises insulin, it spikes insulin, right? Which is a dangerous fat storage hormone. Okay? So one thing that you can do to reduce carb cravings is this. Do not have carbs in your first meal of the day. So when we're not eating, when we're sleeping at night, when we're not eating, that's called fasting. Whenever you're not eating, you're fasting. Breakfast is breaking your fast. It's not pancakes and waffles. It's cereal and oatmeal. That's not what breakfast is. Breakfast is the first meal of the day. If your first meal of the day is at 3 p.m., that's your breakfast. Okay? So by having high quality protein and healthy fats in your first meal, whatever time that is, because what happens is that most of us in the standard American diet, in an American culture, or in our cultures, from whatever background we have carbs the first thing in the morning. That could be whole grain quinoa, right? Skim milk, oatmeals, a muffin,
bagels,
right? If you're not sure if it's a carb, just go to Dr. Google.
This is a really big topic to talk about.
Yes. So when we have carbs in our first meal of the day, what it does is that it spikes your blood sugar levels and it destabilizes them for the rest of the day. This is why most people have a 2 o'clock crash. Mm-hmm. And we think that we need coffee or a 5-hour energy or whatever. So if you do not have carbs or very minimal carbs, especially non-processed foods, if you don't have any carbs on your first meal, and your first meal does not have to be breakfast food, it can be any food, but if you do not have carbs in your first meal, you will not spike your blood sugar levels throughout the day. Mm-hmm. They will remain steady and regulated. You won't be tired and groggy and have brain fog in the afternoon. You will have sustained energy throughout the day, and you will be less hungry throughout the day. Try that out. Let me know how it works.
Your cousin Mercy Arroyo said that she's getting hungry now.
P.D. Pablo, I love you, girl. Now,
hi, Mama.
Last week after our show, thank you, my love.
Yeah.
Last week after our show, we got a text message from someone that we love, who's near and dear to our heart, and they had a very personal question. And it's something that I've dealt with, that I've already addressed on the show, and I want to dive into a little bit more because I think that this might be something that could be helpful to other people.
I'll just say one thing. This was like a really good balance.
I can get your number now?
Yeah. This this is a really good balance. That was really good.
Well,
That's not sweet. This, it just, it's a really
thank you.
nice balance.
Listen, if she likes it, I won.
Really
Okay.
like it. So you guys should try it out. But anyway, on that note,
Yes.
diabetes.
So we got a message last week after the show from someone that we love, asking about, telling us that they're currently dealing with diabetes. They're currently on some type of med, and what's the right way to eat. So I'm gonna touch on this topic a little bit because, and she'll tell you, like, when I got that message, I was pissed. Right?
Yeah, he was upset, and I was like, "What happened?"
Not upset that they have diabetes. I was upset because most people have doctors that don't know what the hell they're doing, and your doctors are quick to put you on meds, quick to refer you to the American Diabetes Association, quick to put you on insulin, and that is not what you need. Okay? Now, I am not a doctor. But most of the people that I work with and I partner with are doctors. The only people that I follow on keto, in the keto community, I don't follow other keto influencers. I might follow their channel to support them because we're a community, but I don't follow them for advice on how to cook. I'm the freaking keto master chef. The only people that I take advice from are keto doctors. And so I made a lengthy video, not that long, very impassioned, where I got into what's diabetes, what's type 2 diabetes, what causes it, and how you want to eat to reverse it. But some of the things that I mentioned in the video that I want to share with you guys while you're watching now is, if you have a doctor who's talking to you about meds and drugs and insulin, you might need a new doctor. So you say, okay, great, where do I get a new doctor? Dietdoctor.com. I'm going to say it again for the people in the back. Dietdoctor.com. All right. It's the number one website. It's the number one website, which is engineered by the leading low carb doctors in the country. You can put your zip code in there and find a low carb doctor near you. The two main doctors that I follow, and there's a lot of them, but the two main ones that I follow, and I talk about this in the video, are Dr. Ken Berry, Ken like Barbie and Ken, Berry like Halle Berry. Dr. Ken Berry. Okay, he's very charming, has a nice southern drawl. He's from Tennessee. I love him. Okay, go follow him. He has videos on every single topic: PCOS, diabetes, gout. Like, if there's a medical condition that exists out there, Dr. Berry has a video on it. The second one that I follow is Dr. Eric Berg. Okay, Eric Berg, B-E-R-G. Okay, again, thousands of videos. He's really good at making really complex information very simple. Both of them include the studies and data that they use to support it. They recommend that you download them, that you read them, that you go and talk to your doctor, because you and your doctor should be working together. They're not your doctor daddy. Okay, your doctor's not there to tell you what to do. They're there to work with you. At the end of the day, it's your body, your health, and your life. Okay, like, go to a mechanic and see what they're gonna tell you that your car needs, right? It's your car, okay, and you're gonna pay for it, so you need to know, right, so that you can make informed decisions. So those are the two main doctors that I follow. You got dietdoctor.com. Like I mentioned in the show before, I struggle with diabetes myself. I've worked with clients who struggle with diabetes. I'm not a doctor. I cannot diagnose anybody or prescribe anybody, but I know I know how to help you reverse it and prevent it. And if you're in a situation, a very specific situation with your health, where you're working with your doctor on this is why I refer people to other doctors, right?
Yeah.
And if you rather go follow them, and I would rather that you stop following us, go follow them, fix your health, get better, live a long life, so you can party with your kids and your grandkids at their wedding. I would rather that than you watch our show, okay? Because that's our goal. Our goal is to help people improve their health, lose weight, right? And on the topic of losing weight, a lot of people come to me because they want to lose weight, right? And people think, if I lose weight, then I can get healthy. But it's the opposite. If you get healthy, then you will lose weight.
That's right. That's right.
All right. So,
baby, this was great.
You like it?
You know what? And that little piece, I'm already like,
you happy?
Satisfied. Yeah. Like, I'm not starving like I was just a few minutes ago because I had to wait. Well, anyway, Miss Brittany Young says, wow, this is good info. Thanks for sharing, family. That's what we're here for, Mama. This is what we're here for. Thank you for tuning in this week. Join us next week for another delicious recipe that Jose is going to have for us. This is good.
Oh, you do not want to
really
miss
good balance.
what we're making
really
next
balance.
week.
So,
You're not
aquí en
gonna wanna
nuestra
miss it.
casa, the Gonzalez Kitchen, next Tuesday, 7 o'clock Eastern Standard Time for those that are in Central Time, Eastern 6 p.m. for your time, 7 p.m. our time. Again, thanks for the love, guys. Thanks for the love. We do love that you guys join us. And again, if you have any questions you didn't want to ask now, you know, bring it to our attention during the week. Give us a shout, you know, in Facebook and what is it, YouTube, yeah.
Facebook. And we know what we're making next week. We're not going to announce it yet, but we haven't decided on the next 2 episodes. So if there's things that you would like to see us make,
yeah,
let us know. Put it in the comments below.
Bring us some creative ideas to see if we can.
And challenge us. Okay.
Can entertain. We're gonna entertain that idea. You know, you guys giving us some ideas. All right. So with that being said, love you guys and thank you. And I hope you guys are able to do this, you know, sometime this week. You know, it'll be nice for our Sunday brunch. Anyway.
Love you guys. See you next week.
With love. We love you guys.
Peace.
Ciao.
Bella, mi amor. El micrófono.
Mic check. Ciao.